Vanda isn't just part of Australian music. Harry Vanda is one big reason why we have Australian music. If you listen to rock and roll and pop made since the early 60s, bought a record in the 70s, watched a video in the 80s, enjoyed AC/DC in any decade, if you wondered where did that pub rock sound come from, if you've danced to Love Is in the Air, dreamt of the weekend with Friday on my mind, joined Grace Jones in Walking in the Rain, or wanted to sink a few beers with Jimmy Barnes in INXS celebrating good times, you've been touched by Harry Vanda. Songwriter, guitarist, backing vocalist and producer, in combination with his friend and fellow creative genius George Young, Harry Vanda was part of Australia's first internationally successful rock band, the Easy Beats. If you look at a photo of them, he is the tall, very tall blonde towering over the short Englishmen, Scott and Dutch band members around him. If you hear them on record, he is the one playing that crisp, clear but inventive lead guitar. With George, he discovered, wrote or produced, sometimes all three, seemingly every second Australian artist in the 1970s, from Alison McCullum and John Paul Young to Rose Tattoo and Cheetah, from former bandmate Stevie Wright to producing the early albums of the biggest Australian rock band of all time, AC/DC. With label head Ted Albert, Harry and George made the Alberts label the first independent industry giant at a time when Michael Gudinski was still putting on school shows. And somewhere in there, Harry and George created, fronted and drove the most unlikely but undeniably successful pop duo, Flash and the Pan, who had hits from Europe to South America and Australia. And who knows, maybe it's true that in the Dire Straits song Sultans of Swing, Harry and George was the duo Mark Knopfler was talking about when he sang, "You check out Guitar George, he knows all the chords. Mind, it's strictly rhythm, he doesn't want to make it cry or sing. And Harry doesn't mind if he doesn't make the scene, he's got a daytime job, he is doing all right." And yet this ARIA Hall of Famer is little known beyond the name and the credits on all those hits, which is just how he likes it. He's rarely talked, always deflected attention, and he's never going to watch himself in that TV miniseries made about the Easy Beats. But now he's talking, fully and frankly for the first time. Now he is telling the story of a career like no other, spilling the beans on the tours and wild years of fandom, the nights in the studio and what it took to craft those hits, the London years, and a songwriting love that started in the washroom of a Villawood migrant hostel and has never wavered, right up to now, to a brand new single, the first under his own name, that is as vibrant and connected to the world today as anything he's ever done. This is his story. This is Australian music story. History and hits and Harry Vanda. I'm Australian music journalist Bernard Zuel, and I had the pleasure of sitting with Harry Vanda and talking to him about his new song, but also his entire career. I'm excited to bring you my conversation with Harry over the next few weeks with the podcast Devil Loose, the life and music of Harry Vanda. Episode 1 will be released wherever you find podcasts.